Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I think it's been a month or so and I might tell you why at the end of the video, but for now let's get started. So one of the main problems that I see with students that come to me is that their left hand can get tired really quickly, and it's usually a problem not of stamina, but it's a problem of pressure. When people press too much, they can get tired really quickly and they can also get sore. Usually one of the complaints that I usually note is that the back of their thumb becomes sore because people are pressing a lot, both from the fingers and also from the thumb. Now in another video I've talked about some exercises that you guys can do in a warm-up setting to become aware of how much pressure you're applying, how much pressure is needed. So I'm not gonna go over that. But today I would like to talk about a concept, or maybe two, which is the first concept is the concept of pressure and release. So when we are playing something, we're not just focusing on keeping the fingers down and playing those notes. We're actually becoming aware of when a possible release is going to happen. And also, the second concept is the concept of pressure exchange, or just passing the pressure from one finger to the next one. Now, when we become aware of that, and when we become a master of kind of passing that pressure and knowing when and how to release, the music flows much better, our playing experience is much better, and it's much more enjoyable overall. So, the very first concept is becoming aware of how much pressure is enough. So, there is the pressure exercise that you can do in which you choose a finger, a string, and a fret, and you gradually apply pressure from the knuckle, and then you develop that awareness. But then, because we're on the topic of Sagreras Secrets, I would like to use the lesson number 37, which is this one here, and this is a chromatic scale that you can find in any book. It goes from the lowest E to the top E, and here this could be like a small case study of how can we use this concept of passing the pressure and also pressure and release. So given the fact that you know how much pressure you need, you know where to put your fingers, and we start. So we're gonna play the E, then we play the F. So here I can feel that my first finger is pressing on a scale from 5 to 10 because I'm really close to the nut here. But then when I'm gonna go to the second finger, once that second finger is pressing, what I've done, I have passed that same pressure, that same energy. So now this finger, the second finger, is pressing 5 out of 10, even more like it's becoming more like a 4 out of 10, and then I'm gonna pass it to the 3 and then to the 4, and then when there is the open string, this is when the release happens. So usually if you have a pattern of a sequence of any notes, whether it's a chromatic scale or just a normal scale, unless you have an open string at some point, you will be passing that pressure from finger to finger. As soon as you have an open string, that is the moment in which you want to consciously kind of relax, empty the hand, and then you would continue on maybe the fifth string. So you got the A, then you press, and then you press with the second finger, third finger you're still passing, fourth finger, and then fourth you release. And you might notice that as I'm reaching the fourth finger, those three other fingers stay down. You might be wondering, what are you doing with those other fingers? So I am not pressing. So basically I'm playing, so open string, then first finger, and then second finger plays, so I'm pressing. The first finger is now relaxed, but it's just keeping contact with the string, and then same is gonna happen when you put down the third finger. Again, those two fingers are relaxed, and then the fourth finger. In this way the hand stays fairly balanced, and I like to have contact with these two, and then you continue. And then when you come back, it's a similar idea of having kind of prepared the fingers so that you don't need to kind of move them down individually. If they're already down, what's happening in this case, and then all the other case on the third, the fourth, the fifth, and then the sixth string, is that, for example, from taking it from the fourth string, here my fourth finger is pressing down, these three fingers are relaxed and prepared, which means when the fourth finger goes, the pressure is then passed back to the third finger, and passed back to the second finger, and passed back to the first finger, and then again, then you have that release. So approaching music in this way has a very nice feeling to it. Usually when maybe what it used to be for me, I would have a piece in front of me and I would just look at it, so there is the visual element, and I would play it, so there is the sound, so I'm just responding on what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing, but I'm not really focusing on what it feels like. I think especially because the guitar is a very tactile instrument, we are really relying on the sense of touch for both the left and the right hand. The kinesthetic sense of what it feels like to play the guitar, what it feels like to play the fretboard and the strings, is really important to be. It's a feeling, it's a sense that is very important that we develop that. And we develop that gradually by practicing our awareness on the pressure and then putting it into practice, or maybe scales, even just chromatic patterns such as like 1, 4, 3, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4. And here again, the goal is for me to really being connected with what it feels like to A, press, and to pass that pressure. And if there is a buzz, especially in this case, I'd rather have a buzz than to press too much, because my overall goal is to have a really light and agile left hand. So that's the end of the video in terms of like the content. And so try to apply this concept of passing the pressure and also releasing when there are open strings, whether in exercises, studies, or even your repertoire. And please let me know in the comments if it works for you. And on a side note, if you've reached the end of this video, and I've not been posting a while because my wife and I got a new kitten, so it's been quite busy readjusting our routines, and it's been also quite rewarding, and it's been really, really special. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you the next time. Bye.